Cold as a mofo. I don't need this hat. Whew. Oh, goodness. That was a long night. Oh, long night. Fire kept me alive. Silent. I slept in, let the sun come up. But I slept all right. I survived. Made it through the night. I really wasn't that cold. Used my jacket for a pillow all night. I had a couple hats on. As long as I kept that fire moving, I was good. I just took a bunch of. It's funny with all this dry, not really dry. It's all wet. These pine needles, even if they're wet, all you got to do is throw them on the fire, and it'll trap the heat down inside the fire, and within a few seconds they'll dry out and start firing. So I wanted to ramp the fire up because I burned all my wood last night. Basically burned all the wood I had. No, I cut up a whole pile. Had a whole pile of wood, and just basically kept feeding the fire all night, feeding the fire, and then I went through all the big pieces. Them green pine trees, they didn't burn that good. I couldn't get them burning, but they did all right. But I was able to just keep the fire going. I had to get up every couple of times. Normally I sleep in the nude, but I didn't sleep in the nude. Just last night I would have frozen my ass off getting up to pee in the middle of the night when it's 10 degrees. But I woke up. I woke up probably, I'd say 7 o'clock as it was getting light. And then I was like, I'm just going to bundle in here and sneak in this, snuggle in for another hour or two. No hurry, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got nowhere to go. So I'm just going to sleep in and stay warm. Now I have to fix my sled because I burnt the rope last night and burnt my hand. So I have to put a new rope in that because I got to bring all this stuff back. But I think today there's a lake nearby with a river, and I think I'm gonna go shoot over there and see if I can make a few casts. I'm sure there's pike in there, probably some bluegill and perch and things like that, and it'd be nice if I could just catch a couple little perch or something. Even if I caught 2 or 3 little perch, I might flay them up or fry them up. And this goes to show you can survive in the woods, with no food. All I have is a protein bar, so that's it. And so I got a long walk ahead of me too. I got just to get to the lake is, I don't know, mile and a half. There's a little creek too, but I don't think there's any fish in it. So, I'm on empty. Nothing really to eat, I have those leftover weird cheese spreads and crap from the MRE a couple nights ago. But I guess I get hungry enough, I'll eat them. I mean, it is what it is. I'm sure I'll eat them. I get hungry enough. For the time being, I made it through the night. And now I'm going to fix my sled and get ready to go fishing. Nobody can say I didn't survive a night in the woods. It's quiet. It's beautiful. Sun's coming up. It's beautiful. Beautiful, so quiet. All along. Oh, I just heard a coyote, yep, or a wolf. Crazy, no humans around here, so gotta be. I had to watch that fire. That was one of my concerns last night. That fire getting too close. Because every time I go to put a log on, I kind of scoot closer to it, scoot closer. I don't want to burn my sleeping bag. I love my sleeping bag. And I don't want to get a burn hole in it or nothing. Thing's awesome. So I made sure to stay away from it. And I'm still keeping an eye on it right now. But I got to cut up some wood too. That's another thing I got to do. I got to use this handsaw. I'm gonna use the handsaw, cut up some wood for logs. I get back later, I got to cook. I kind of already scrounged up all the deadfall. Well, not all of it. There's still more, but if you look around, there's lots of little branches and stuff I can use. But I need a couple big logs, to see down to the end. I cut some big ones off at the end, and those are what'll burn for hours at night. That's what I need, something that'll burn for 2 or 3 hours at a time. That way I don't have to keep throwing little sticks on there every half an hour. All right, I'm hungry. Try not to think about food. I'm out. Well, fixing my sled. I burnt this. This is what I caught on fire last night. And I think it's like vinyl type of twine crap, whatever it is. It was on fire, and I picked it up to try to put it out, and it dripped in 3 different places in my hand and burnt the crap out of my hand. So this is really super strong. I might keep it because you never know when you might actually need 2 feet of strong rope. I have this rope, so you pull it through and tie a big knot. That's the key. And then, because I use this with my quad. I take my quad and I get wood, firewood with this thing. So I go find deadfall on my property or go over to my neighbor's house. He's got deadfall on his property. And then we'll cut it up and I'll put it in this sled and drag it back and put the wood on my porch. So basically need a nice, I don't want to burn it again. I do want a nice, pretty long spot. Yeah, I don't need it that long. I need about this long. This is good rope, but it's not like crazy good rope. One way to do this is burn the ends so that like all the frays and stuff. So they burn all the frays away and then just stomp on it. So it makes it a little point. And that way I can feed it through here. And then once I got it through, I just tie a big old stupid gnarly knot. It's a big knot, and that'll keep it from coming through the hole. And it should do it, I hope. Now I gotta go cut some wood. This didn't work out so good. It should be good. So, take this thing away from the fire so we don't burn the rope again. It's not going to be as strong. It's probably going to break because you put 300, 400, 500 pounds in there and then drag it on the snowmobile or the snow or 4-wheeler. It's gonna break. So now I got to take it easy. But I do have coffee, so. Not actually coffee, it's just cocoa. Leftover cocoa. The only coffee I brought with me was decaf, so it doesn't do me a lot of good. Probably about 9 in the morning. Nice and warm by the fire. It's pretty cold today. Not crazy, but it's still that damp cold. It's much warmer than it's been. When I took off to go out here, I was kind of hoping that it would be cold and blizzard. All freaking winter has been blizzardy and cold and snowing and freezing, and I figured, that would be, more drama, high drama for the video. Instead, I come out here and we got like between 20 and 35 degrees. I mean, daytime 35, at night in the low 20s, early teens, or late teens. And not horrible, but it would have been more dramatic if it was freaking 10 degrees and blizzarding, but maybe next time. I'm gonna bring Maggie next time. All right, off to cut some wood. Then take a hike to go fishing. Take a hike, buddy. Dude, it's so much work cutting this thing by hand. This log's pretty weathered, so you gotta, first of all, I learned I never learned the hard way that I need, I should wear glasses. And that's why I'm being smart enough to wear safety glasses. Because when you're doing this, you're breaking brush and bang, bang, bang. I've had close calls, but I've never had anything get me in the eye good. But my friend Mark Monday, shout out to Mark Monday, my hunting and fishing buddy. He was getting in his tree blind a few years ago and poked in the eye really bad. And he's horrible. It was pain, and so since then I've always wore glasses. Like I've tried to wear some kind of glasses, whether it's just some cheap sunglasses or safety glasses. And my neighbor gave me these. And so I'm just out here cutting this. Dude, it's a lot of freaking work using a handsaw. And this is actually a nice rotten tree. So it cuts pretty easy. You get in some of these bigger trees, man, with a handsaw, man. The guy in freaking Outdoor Boys, I watch him. He's, I'm gonna pull out my saw, and he cuts a bunch of logs to make like a shelter or something. I'm 90% sure the dude takes a chainsaw off camera, and then walks over there and does a handsaw and goes, handsaw, because dude, like you ain't cut like that, bro. You're not in that kind of shape. You're not sawing 20 trees down. All these videos with these guys doing it, like building log cabins and stuff, and they're like using a saw. That's bull crap, dude. I'm a human. I know how to try to saw a tree down with a handsaw. And come on, man. I mean, maybe they do, but. All right. This one's pretty easy. Get that far, you can usually break it. Nope. There's a technique. You gotta dig in at the wrist. You gotta dig when you get in there. This should break it now. And this is it. Just go down this tree like this. Get all this extra brush for kindling and stuff. Make a pile of it. But, that's it. These are the logs that'll get me through the night. Normally I would use my machete, but my machete is so dull I can whack through these logs like in like 5 hits with a sharp machete. But I don't own a grinder, so I can't sharpen it. I'm like a dummy. I should just spend 40 bucks and get a grinder, sharpen it. I'm good to go. I have 3 machetes. They're all dull, super dull from just chopping. So this is what I gotta do. I probably could use about the same amount of energy to chop, but maybe not. Anyways, whew. Tell you what, that's exhausting. All right. Put them close to the fire so they dry out. Trying to save all the wood I can. That'll get me through the night for sure. Well, that's it. I don't need another load. That's all I need for now. Hacking up, sawing up, ready to go fishing. Ooh. Let's try fishing. Let's catch us a dinner or lunch or whatever. Just saying. Well, after laboriously hiking for miles, no, it was only a couple miles, I get to the lake and it's not looking good on the, I was hoping kind of that the ice would be solid and that maybe there's be some holes out there from ice fishermen, right? But this ice ain't gonna hold me. So luckily for me though, there's a river right there. This lake flows into a river, and obviously you can see where the current from that has melted the ice. And it just so happens that's the exact spot fish would hang out. So if there was a trout or perch or pike or bass, they're all going to sit there near the mouth of the river because food flows in the direction. So when there's this kind of, they'll sit there on the bottom waiting for minnows and grubs and little shrimpy looking things and crayfish or whatever. I'm going to try crayfish to come to them. Bang, they'll get it. So right now I got to drink some water because I'm thirsty. And I wanted to tell you about my handy dandy what in the hell is happening here? My handy dandy backpack. Why I have this backpack. This backpack, which is bright orange, I have it for 2 reasons. Because the other one is a cooler. I don't need a cooler right now. It's cold enough as it is. So, but what happened was one day I went trout fishing all day canoed this river, and my wife met me at the spot, right? So, and it was a pretty funny story because I actually almost got lost. Actually, it's a really funny story. I might as well tell it. I all day long, I kayaked this river, right? I was catching a few small brookies, but it was really shallow, so I couldn't move really fast. So I had to get out and walk because most of it was probably like a foot deep or 6 inches deep, and I couldn't kayak. Plus, tons of stick. So I was supposed to meet my wife downriver, like 5 miles or whatever it was, several miles down. But by the time it was starting to get dark, I wasn't even close. I was like not even halfway. So now I'm starting to freak out because this is a really remote area, super remote, like wilderness. I did not want to be out there. I had no food. I had no water. I mean, I had a bottle of water or something, but I had no food. And it was going to get cold. All I had was a t-shirt on, and the night's going to get down to like 50, right? And I got a t-shirt. My wife, being as smart as she is, she had a feeling. So she drove upstream about halfway, and parked. There was only one other inlet, that like little road trail that drove to the river. And she actually, this is funny as hell. She actually, this is insane, man, how smart she is. She actually took her lipstick and found a piece of cardboard and drew on a sign, "Gunny, I'm here," or whatever, like a sign saying, "Gunny, I'm here. If you pass this," ironically, there was a pole in the middle of the river that somebody used to mark that spot as a potential site to get in or out. But I was so focused on the river trying to fish that I didn't see that she had this big cardboard sign up there that said that. So I'm splashing along because I'm now walking through the middle of the river, splash, 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 dragging this kayak along. And she hears it because where she was able to park was about 100 yards from the river. So she hears splash, splash, splash. And she's like, "Gunny?" I don't hear her. I'm splashing along. "Gunny?" I don't hear her. So she hits the horn. "Beep, beep. Gunny!" She yells. I said, "Honey?" She's like, "Is that you?" And I had already passed her. I was like 50 yards past where she was. And thankfully, I went back because I only had like a half an hour of daylight left. And to where I was supposed to go meet her was still like 3 hours away, 4 hours away. And plus, if she didn't come right down to the river with her car or start a fire by the river, I wouldn't even know where she was. So I would have just passed right by in the dark, And the next bridge was 10 miles away. So I had to travel 10 miles just to get to a bridge in the middle of nowhere, in which case I could climb out and just start walking, and hopefully maybe I can get a signal and call someone. But my wife was smart. So that day, when I pulled the kayak out and went up to the car, and I was kind of going over the day, the adventure, and how that happened, that was actually pretty funny and interesting. Like, she was smart. I set my backpack down. It was gray. It was a gray backpack. It was a nice one. I loved it. I used it. Oh no, it wasn't even a gray one. Yeah, it was like white and gray. I had it for years, and I used it. It's really lightweight and kind of similar to this material. It's super lightweight, and I loved it. But I loaded up the kayak, and we get all the way home, and I'm like, "Where's my trout kit?" I'm looking for my backpack. Where's that trout kit? And dude, I lost it. I lost my backpack. I just left it because we were packed up and left. And of course, it was like a gray. It blended right in with the topography. So I was bummed out because I had probably $100 worth of trout gear and fishing, an extra rod, sunglasses, Polaroid glasses. I had all this stuff in there, and I was super bummed out. We couldn't go back and get it. It's like 100 miles away. It was 100 miles. So, and even then, I don't know if we could find that spot. Like it would be 50-50 we could even find the spot again. So anyways, my wife went out and bought me this backpack. And the reason for that is because this way we'll be able to see it, won't lose it so easily. And if I get lost, I'm easier to find. She can find me, or help can find me. If I'm dead or something laying in the bush, she'll be able to find me. She'll see this thing because it's hunter orange. So it's got a 2-fold thing. It's light, it works good. And there's a duck out here somewhere. Oh, gotta have some water, man. I'm dying of thirst. That's all the water I got left. So luckily I brought this extra jar because I knew I would do this. I'm like, I'm not gonna carry that big ass jug with me when I go on a hike or something. So I brought this one in this thing. Good to go. Now, I'm gonna grab my fishing pole. I'm gonna see if I can get some fish in it. I'm gonna try to catch fish. Well, all I got is these rubber boots, so I only got so much water I can get. So I think I might be able to get in here, make a couple casts. Just gotta be careful. Brush, I can't get too deep in there. I'm gonna go to the other side because there's too much brush. I don't know how this thing works, if this spoon's any good. It's got a little action to it. It's nice against a big pike. I'm eating good. Happy with the perch. I know there's perch in here. I've caught them in here. All right, let's move. Let's move to another spot. Let's not get wet while we do it, though. Look at the beavers. The beavers ate all these things, the trees down right here. Beautiful day, nice and quiet. I'm gonna go over there and see if I can catch something. All right, I'm on the other side now. So there's a big hill right here. You can't just walk down it. So you got to get on your butt and slide down it. Oh. This is how I take care of my equipment. Look at this. Slide down. Look at the beaver. The beaver just ate that. I've been working on that thing for a while. Gotta get over there. These logs are a great spot. I can just get in here somehow. Beautiful here. No, there wasn't. I didn't have to wade the river to get across. There's a bridge. I'm trying to just get in these logs over here. I'll break my neck. Twice. I gotta get right there. Yeah, right there. Find somewhere to set this camera up. Alright, this is actually a good spot. See that log out there? That duck is over here. I keep hearing it. Oh! That's a protein bar. Well, pretty shallow over here. I'd like to be a little deeper. That's what he said. Not want to get wet. Don't go over your boots. Go over your boots, you're in trouble. There's a tree out there. Might be something by that tree. I don't even know if I'm in frame. Should be in frame. By that tree. There's all the frickin' fish in this lake, man, river. Here's something you probably shouldn't do, but that I always do. I climb out on logs when I shouldn't, because it gives me a better view. Problem is, you fall, you're in trouble. Luckily, it's not that. You just can't make mistakes. You just can't. There's no choice. You gotta be perfect. If you slip and fall, the reason I'm doing this is there's a stump out there, and that's where like crappie and a largemouth bass would hang out by it. I just think the water's too cold. Nothing's biting. What the hell I got? Stick. Oh no, I got another stick. I just don't think anything's eating. It's so cold. You got, in order to get something to bite on a reaction lure, which is this is a reaction lure, opposed to like a sitting there jigging slowly, a little worm or a little rubber jig or a wax worm or a larva or something. That's how you can get something to bite this time of year. But this is a reaction lure, and I think even if you bumped a pike in the face, you ain't gonna bite it. You might. I mean, that's why I'm here. So you never know. It's worth a shot. I'll make a couple more casts to try. I'm trying to mimic a wounded minnow by kind of twitching it. I think the problem is most fish aren't actively eating. They're just kind of sitting there waiting for the water to warm up. This is where you can break your neck real easy. I do want to make, I want to do one more cast. By that log over there. It's shallow here, and gonna get on. It's called a stick bass. And that's that. Okay, time to hike back. We gave it a shot. Got water. That's good. It's gonna be dark almost by the time I get back. Let's climb it up out of here. This is my my route home. I need an easier way up this freaking hill, man. Maybe right here. I'll try right here. Set this thing down. Freaking ice probably good over here. Looks like it. I ain't risking it. Where did I come in? I came in here somewhere. I think I know where. Yeah, up here. The good hike. Welcome to the good hike. There it is. This ridge line here. It opens up. Alright. This is where I gotta go. Up through the woods. Only a mile left. Maybe less. 3/4 of a mile. Up the hill I go. No fish, but I got a good exercise in. Exhausting. I'm gonna be hungry, so. But I'll sleep, head in tomorrow, and that's it. It'll be day 3. End of day 3. This is day 3. So, God bless. Whew. It's exhausting. Come on.